Welcome to our webcast. Our topic today is Ecodesign and Drive Controller. My guests are Tim Aufderheide, Application Engineer, and Tobias Wenneker, Product Manager Drives. Thank you that you are here today. Could you shortly introduce yourself for the audience?
Yes, as you already said, I'm Tim Aufderheide. I'm Application Engineer for plastic machineries. I'm working for KEB since 2015 and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Tobias Wenneker. I'm working at KEB as a product manager for our KEB drives, and I'm working at KEB since 2004, and I'm happy that we can have this discussion about the Ecodesign Directive in our R&D.
So Tim, my first question is, why is the Ecodesign Directive being introduced?
Except from the current COVID situation, the main world topic of the last 2 years was the climate change, the current climate change. Especially through the Friday for Futures movement founded by Greta Thunberg, the topic of climate protection was brought to a completely new level. All of us know that climate protection is very, very important for our future generation. Otherwise, life on Earth as we know it today will no longer be possible. And this is the reason why a first version of the Ecodesign Directive was published in October 2009. A framework for setting of eco-design requirements for the energy-related products should be created. The target is to save energy in production and operation. And also, technical standards are harmonized in the European market.
And who should or who must observe the Ecodesign Directive?
Generally, we could say the directive concerns all of us. As I already said, the first version was published in 2009. In the beginning, the focus was on the private consumer goods like television. A big point or a main topic at this time was the lighting. Everybody of us know the light bulb. A result from the Ecodesign Directive was that the light bulb was replaced from LEDs.
And to what extent does this affect KEB or its customers?
In 2009, also electrical motors were included into the directive. It prescribes minimum efficiency of electrical motors. The efficiency can specify it based on an IEC norm. The norm divides the electrical motors into different classes, IE1 to IE4. The worst is IE1 and the best is IE4. In 2015 and 2017, the minimum efficiency was increased. At this time, only IE2 motors can be operated with a controlled drive, e.g. a frequency converter. The reason for that is that a large number of asynchronous motors still be operated directly on the electrical network, and that costs a lot of energy, or that need a lot of energy. That can be fans or pumps, for example. Since 2019, it's new that also frequency converter was included into the directive. In order to be able to elevate this, another norm or standard will describe limits and methods for the measurements of the frequency converter. There is a classification from IE0 to IE2.
And when should the developers or designers of plants and machines, for example, deal with this? When does the directive come into force?
The directive will come into force on the 1st July 2021. At this date, only IE2 converters are allowed to supply. That means if I'm currently use a IE0 or IE1 converter, my supplier is no longer allowed to supply this converter. It should be checked if the currently converter complies with the IE2 class. If not, a redesign from the machine should be done as soon as possible. But I can say our customer don't need to worry about this.
Okay, so Tobias, I've got a question for you, the product manager. To which KEB products do the requirements of the Ecodesign Directive apply?
Yeah, the Ecodesign Directive applies to the 400 volt application inverter and servo drives. In our case, these are the products F5 and G6, the older ones, and of course our new series S6 and F6. The power range of this norm about the Ecodesign Directive talks about the power range from 120 watts up to 1 megawatt. Multi-axis drive systems or modular drive systems or pitch systems are not related to the Ecodesign Directive. Filter technology like input chokes or output chokes are be considered in the power drive system.
So in our first webcast on Ecodesign, we talked to our colleague Daniel Lehmann about motors. And here are once again the most important statements of the video. Can you tell me what are the current standards and specifications regarding the energy efficiency?
Yeah, the efficiency is, or the rules for the efficiency are valid since 2017. They say that asynchronous motors need to be IE3 efficient, starting from 0.75 kilowatt and higher. And this is valid for 2, 4 and 6 pole motors. But some types are expected out of this. And they can be also IE2, and these are maybe 8-pole motors, brake motors, motors for ATEX use, for explosion environments, and also synchronous servo motors are outside of the IE3 regulations.
And how will these guidelines develop in 2021?
Yeah, in the middle of next year there will be some new rules, or the rules will be increased, so that for example the short working cycle is not allowed anymore in how it is now. Also brake motors, 8-pole motors need to be IE3, and therefore we work a lot with our customers and search for new solutions for our customers and offer our product range.
Regarding the whole drive system, how can I make it more efficient?
It's a big point for us because we are also a producer of gear units, and together with the gear unit we have it's also important to have a look at the efficiency of this system, the motor and the gear together. And there we can offer different types of gears. The warm gear, which one is not the best for efficiency, but also helical gears, bevel gears. And together with that we can reach also very efficient units for the customers.
So Tobias, how is the drive controller integrated into this concept?
Yeah, how is it integrated? The aim of the new standard we are talking about is to add the drives into the existing motor energy classification, like Tim explained about the asynchronous motors. The benefit for our customers, the machine builders, is that it will be easier to evaluate the power drive system efficiency at all. That means we have got our BDM, it's called Basic Drive Module, in this case our F6 drive, for example, or the S6 drives. And the complete drive module is the KEB filter technology, for example, and the frequency inverter. And at the end, the complete system, the power drive system, PDS, combines everything together as one package.
And how is the drive specified?
Yeah, this is given by the norm. There are 3 variants available or possible. The mathematical calculation or simulation, the calorimetric power loss measurement, or the real measurements via input and output power to get information about the power losses of the system. KEB did real power measurements like we see in the back to you with high performance measurement systems to get informed about the power losses of the system. The class determination is a very high question in this case after the measurements. The absolute power losses in relation to the rated output power is the keynote in this calculation. The results of the comparison of the power losses to the rated operation is necessary. So please have a look at the test measurement setup to be informed how KEB and of course the norm says how we get these power losses measured.
And what changes in the drive controller?
So what changed at July 21 is that we as a manufacturer of KEB drives or a drive in generally, we have to clarify that our product is ready for the IE2. That means we have to put a symbol of the IE2 on our tie plate at our KEB drives and of course ready with our technical documentation.
And where can I find the product data?
Yeah, good question. Of course, you can get in contact with Tim and the other application engineers at KEB or sales contacts at KEB worldwide, of course. Second option is the KEB webpage. You can easily enter the KEB material number code to get information about the class identification. The third option, and this is the most liked option from myself, is that you use our KEB Combivis software and easily get informed about the actual situation, about your working points, about the points where your system is worked, for example, which kind of current, which kind of frequency you are worked in your application. And then at the end, you get a calculated PDF document to be ready in your machine documentation.
And Tim, how does KEB support its customers on this topic?
Of course, we try to answer all special questions from our customer, and if there are some topics, we can speak about it in a personal talk.
Okay. And do the customers have to consider anything when ordering?
No, we are ready. At the moment, our products will come with the IE2 on the label.
And what about existing devices? Does anything need to be re-engineered or redesigned by the customer?
Of course, existing machines do not need to redesign. Now the question is, what's with products that are delivered before the 1st July 2021 and will need after the machine will build after the July 2021. To make it a little bit easier, I will do a small example. You will get a frequency converter with IE1 class at May 2021, and this is on your warehouse for 6 months or so on, and you will need this in your machine which you are delivered in November or December 2021. And I can say frequency converters which are supplied before the 1st July can also use in the machine which I built in December or November 2021.
Okay, so I've got one last question for you, Tobias. What are the further developments in the Ecodesign Directive?
Yeah, further developments are that the ready drives or the complete power drive system is extended by the application for the movements of the complete machine, and this is called IES classes. And this will be continuously observed by our R&D department to be ready to help our customer in this new direction. And this guideline will be coming up in the next years, for example.
Yeah, thank you that you both were here today, and thank you for watching. If you have got any questions, do not hesitate to contact us via webinar@keb.de, and we would be pleased if you switch on again. Thank you.